Happy Frigg's Day. Frigg's Day, sorry. By now, if you have been following me on my Runic Journey, you know that this is the day that I normally look up my rune, look into it, and then continue my Runic Journey, knowing the identity and the written understandings of that rune. Having learnt some lessons along the way, it's a rune that when I drew it on Wednesday, I did recognise it as Isa. And obviously it features quite a lot around any sort of conversations to do with runes. And working with runes, it's probably the first component of drawing or creating a rune is to do the straight line, if the rune has a straight line, the Isa aspect, if you like, or part component really. So it's one of those runes that is fairly recognizable, or should be perhaps easier to remember. Now obviously I have consulted my books and done my little online search for the site that Isa is appearing at as my general go-to resources to read what they say about the rune. And I think it's fair to say that Isa is viewed as quite a negative rune. It's winter, it's ice, it stalls you, it's treacherous. And again, we're at a rune where the suggestion is to be patient, to wait, and not to rush things, that things will be okay, but it gives you an opportunity to reflect before advancing. There's a few variations to that. I find it interesting that I've drawn this following Yera, when with Yera being almost like the yin and yang, or having Kenaz in it and being fire essentially. Now we have ice, and it's very much sort of, these are incredibly important images, aspects of everything really to do with the origins of Norse paganism, of Asatru, from what is in the Poetic Edda. To have them in one after the other seems quite apt and of purpose. It's clarifying a position almost. And obviously, having had some experiences this week, especially with my meditation on Wednesday, when I disconnected from Yera and attached properly to Isa, I don't feel any negativity. But I also am very keen to cautious, and to cross-examine almost any progress I'm making and experiences I'm having, for my own sense of I suppose, confidence and truthfulness, and for anyone who watches these videos. I think it's very important to present a balanced opinion, especially if you're giving sort of personal experiences. They're not going to be the same for other people. I'm not speaking for other people. It's generating a pathway for people to feel hopefully confident to do this sort of thing in their own way, because there's power in the runes, definitely. There's a power to connect to beyond the focus, the foci of whatever runes you are using. And it's important that people are free to choose to undertake this journey if they want to, and how they want to, and not just be dictated or just reliant on general popular literature or writings. I think it's something that's heavily on my mind at the moment. I think it's one of those things we're all guilty of, is sometimes we want to take the easy route, the route with the least effort. However, that requires or often results in not reading something fully for yourself, not experiencing something fully for yourself, and choosing to trust in the experiences of someone else. And it's much deeper, richer to experience something for yourself, to find out, to make the effort. So really, ISA is interesting, curious, and it's only been a couple of days, and it kind of started with sort of some big things, and we'll see what happens over the next few days. I mean, having a meet-up for the possibly large region of the south, hoping to get some activity happening for heathens down this way. So hoping that there'll be a good and positive discussion to move things forward in terms of bringing people together to practice. And I think I'm going to be attending that because I am organising it with an open mind. It's been interesting having a brief sort of discussion about trying to organise something, and having people acknowledge that the catchment area is perhaps too large. In fairness, some people are not going to want to make a massive journey, despite sort of by popular vote the location chosen is as central as possible. I'll always hold on to the opinion that if people want to make something, they will. You will be prepared to make the effort if you want to do something bad enough. And if people don't want to attend, there's always another time. Or things will happen, or they won't. You can only offer people opportunities. It's up to them to grasp them, to take them, and to make something of it. I think, especially having now drawn ISA, I think already it's just sort of, I'm not going to be disappointed by whatever happens at this meeting. Because it's by a mutual consent, circumstance, and that cannot be a negative thing. It can be just what is. There's already been some people say it's too far to travel, and that's fair. There's no negativity to that. It's just what is. So we'll see what happens, and I'll be checking in the next few days. Be assured of that, and we'll see what happens. It's been hot, so to have ISA, a little bit of psychological cold doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, because it can be a little bit uncomfortable. If you've watched this, thank you very much. Press the like button, subscribe, and see you soon. Take care. Goodbye.